This is Will Stewart from OnlineChessLessons.net, and I'm going to be presenting a game from round one of the 2011 U.S. Championship taking place in St. Louis, Missouri. And a fantastic, just a clean win by Sam Shankland. I believe he's a GM-Elect now. He's going to be receiving his GM title pretty soon. I believe the FIDE Congress coming up in the next couple months. And Gregory Kaidanov was playing white, and he just simply blundered. So I had an off day. And so starting out, this is a semi-Slav. Or I believe a full Slav. I don't know. It's began with a Slav. And these are pretty typical opening moves, just fighting for the center. This is one of the more tame variations, you could say, as far as how white played, not too aggressively. And now b6. So an early b6. Black wants to put the bishop on b7. The dark square bishop is going to go to e7, possibly d6. And black will gain counterplay or try to attack white's center in the form of c5 or e5. It's pretty rare that both moves are played. So one or the other. Maybe the rooks come into c8, castle, and that's the plan. And white has a variety of different options. He typically refrains from moving this bishop for as long as he can because he doesn't want to, let's say he plays bishop e2, then black can simply take it and win a tempo. And now open the position and go into, I suppose this is the semi-Slav after taking it with c5. And so that's one of the subtleties of this opening for white is you don't want to move that bishop on f1 too fast because you want to leave the pressure, I guess, standing. So bishop d3, he did take it out. And black chose, I guess it's a matter of taste if you want to take the bishop out or not. And so black chose to not take the pawn immediately and develop his bishop to normal lines. So white really plays a pretty complacent line in this, I guess you could say. I mean, f4, so he's taking control of the center. Black plays h6 here so that maybe he can take this knight and move his other knight. So, for example, if he just takes back, white can take that pawn. He's going to win a pawn. So, f4, I like it, getting a little bit more aggressive. And now c5. And the position's opening it up. And I don't know. I mean, I like how Shankland played this game because now with c5, the rook coming to c8, it's going to have an X-ray on white's queen on c2, and it seems like this move f4 is going to turn out to be something of a weakness, which it did indeed. So bishop b2 just makes sense. Put the bishop on a good diagonal, and bishop takes c4. And at this point, Kaidanov used 36 minutes out of his total 90 minutes. So he used 36 minutes to play bishop takes c4. And Shankland still has 90 minutes. He's barely used any time at all. And it just, I don't know. Bishop takes c4. I don't like it. It's giving up the d5 square. It's the bishop's not. The idea, I'm sure, was to play f5. Now that I'm looking at it more, to play f5 and to target this f7 pawn. And here, Kaidanov moved almost immediately, it seems, and played f takes e5, but which turned out to be a serious blunder. But it I don't understand what's wrong with d takes e5. I guess the idea is going to be check and knight g4, and black has a very serious attack. This might already be lost. He's already threatening knight e3, which would be forking the queen and the rook. He's also threatening queen h4. And with the bishops just coming down, white is toast. So there's going to be no way, let's say queen e2 to get out of that. And after queen h4, there's no way to stop the mate. If h3, that's just mate. So Kaidanov just went very wrong. I mean, I guess that's why I didn't play pawn takes, because he would have to take like that. He just went very wrong here. Was not not his tactical awareness was very low. And this, I guess he just thought this was going to work out. But after queen takes d4, I mean, he just takes the pawn, no problem. And king h1, I can only assume Kaidanov thought if queen takes e5, then knight d5 was the main idea. And he was going to sack 2 pawns, but get a very nice attack, break up the pawns around black's king with something along the lines of takes, and maybe even rook takes. Because if e5, it opens up this diagonal, and queen g6 is going to be pretty tough to beat. Something like this, and white is threatening mate. So, getting a little carried away on a tangent, but it would seem that's, Kaidanov was banking on a line like that, and that would seem to win for white, just sacking the exchange and bringing this rook over. I mean, that seems good enough. But Sam Shankland just found a very nice move, very nice resource in queen h4. And this is a very easy move to miss. But I still don't understand because, Shankland could have just responded with knight g4. And all of a sudden it looks, I don't see, I guess knight d5. Okay, maybe this was his idea. Knight d5, queen c5, and b4 is going to pick that up. So I can only assume that's, it seems to work out more or less. But after queen h4, the game is just over. This bishop is just way too strong on that a8 to h1 diagonal. And the other bishop coming to c5 or d6 is really the idea. And here, Kaidanov played bishop c1. Just real quick, if pawn takes, that opens up the bishop. And now the bishops are coming with amazing force towards white's king, and there's no way to stop it. There's no way to prevent the mate on h2, and if h3, you just take it and it's mate. So queen h4, just exclamation point, a very nice move. Bishop c1 and knight g4. I mean, it's very easy for white to play. And after bishop f4, to defend the mate threat was the idea. Bishop c5, and now all of black's pieces except his rooks are participating in the attack very nicely. And after bishop c5, Kaidanov just resigned. He's down a pawn, and it just looks like there's no way out of this for him. I mean, maybe if bishop g3, possibly queen h5, and it looks like he's going to pick up another pawn for free. And I don't really see too many ways out of this. Black's position is just too good. So Kaidanov just, instead of defending again, maybe he just wasn't feeling well that day. I don't know, but just simply blundered. And Sam Shankland, GM-Elect, played a great game. So this is Will Stewart from OnlineChessLessons.net, and thanks for tuning in.